Hello, Mountaineer fans, and welcome inside the dugout. We're sitting alongside SVC baseball coach Dave Gage. We're going to recap the last couple weeks and preview this coming week, which involves NECC conference action starting today, Friday, down at Newberry College. But Dave, let's start with last week. You were supposed to start at Emerson College before going to Florida. Unfortunately, those games got postponed, might end up being canceled for the season. But then you went down to Florida and kind of had some good results there.
Yeah, like you said, we were really looking forward to that Emerson game. Ended up getting canceled due to weather. It's one of those crapshoots. You hope that you get out on the field. If you don't, you don't. But Florida, we had an okay trip, best trip in school history, program history. So finished 4-6, and it was an okay trip, good start to the program and where we want to go.
You guys had wins against St. Joseph's of Long Island, Nichols College, University of Minnesota Morris, and then split against LaSalle College on the last day. That St. Joe's game, you guys had to battle back in the last inning and come away with the win late there. Can you speak to the resiliency of your team and being able to fight when you're down late?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing that we saw all week from this team is they battle. I think, you look at a couple of losses, the 3-2 loss to Nichols, we loaded the bases in the 7th. Against Plymouth State, we battled back, and I think we scored 2 late in that game, maybe in the 6th. So that is true, and going back to that win against St. Joseph's, is this team battled, and they found a way to win, and I really think that was probably one of our more impressive wins of the week, probably one of the most impressive wins of the season so far, just for the fact that the program's never won the first game, the opening day of the season, and we did that, and I think this team found a way to do it. It just shows this team, when they want to battle down, they can do it. And that's what we're looking for every day now. It's that consistency factor that we're looking for. But this team does have the capability of that, and that game showed it.
I know when we did talking about preseason, you and a couple of the other guys mentioned depth. And we've seen that for the first week and a half here. Handfuls of guys have come through. Kristen Castro named New England Collegiate Conference Player of the Year after the first weekend in Florida. Corey Armstrong finished the trip with a really, really hot bat. Just handfuls of guys, as I mentioned, really helping out and contributing to your success so far.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Is our depth is still there, and that's something that we're really happy with. We play 13, 14 guys a game, excluding the pitchers, just some pinch hits, defensive replacements, whatever it might be. A couple times we're bringing guys from position players to the mound, and we can put somebody else in there. And it's nice to not be like, well, if we do this, what do we do? We know what we're going to do because we have a lot of confidence in every single guy on our team, and that is nice. We just need to see, I'm going to probably say it for hopefully the whole show is, and this show is consistency. And that's what we're not seeing right now is day 1, we're great. Day 2, we're So we're, and that's what we need out of everybody a little more is consistency, but we are very deep, and that is what is exciting about the future of this program.
Now, can you speak to the depth and how well it will play in, especially your pitching staff, with something like this week, where you guys were supposed to play at Gordon Tuesday and then play here Wednesday, your home opener against Norwich. The Gordon game got pushed back to Thursday, and you ended up actually playing a doubleheader yesterday.
Yep.
So now you're playing 6 games in 4 days. How hard is that going to be on those pitching arms?
I don't think it's going to be that tough. The nice thing is we had 2 7s yesterday. We got 2 7s on Saturday, so it's actually going to be 5 games. And 6 games, right?
6 games in 4 days.
But anyway, the nice thing is there's 7s. Our starters have been going deep for us. And we have a lot of confidence in our pitching staff. And that was the reason why we went to 2 7s yesterday was to get some of our guys innings. Because late in the season, we're going to need these guys. We're going to need every guy to pitch. And, if we go to the conference tournament, you got to have, you got 4 games to win it. Or, you can do it in 3, but if it takes 4, you got to have 4 pitchers. We just need all of our guys to be getting innings. And especially this early in the season, you don't want a guy sitting in the bullpen for 2 weeks without getting an inning. So I think that is nice depth. Pitching staff is it's there.
Now you mentioned consistency when it comes to your offense and the bats, and I think the last 3 games, Norwich here on Wednesday, and then yesterday the 2 at Gordon, kind of exemplify that where you scored 7 runs in each of those games.
Yep.
However, yesterday you kind of let up too many towards the end of the game and ended up with a loss.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Our offense was our issue coming out of Florida, I thought. I think everybody down there thought the same thing. We always thought going into the season that our offense was going to be our best thing, and we worked a lot on defense. It was talked about talking about preseason. The guys said it. We work on defense every day, and I think it showed. But our offense became an issue down there. We just couldn't put runs up, and I don't know why that was. We faced some good pitching, but now we've got back here and we've fixed some things, and our offense is clicking. And we're really excited about this weekend going to Newberry with our offense, because if we can continue to hit and continue to play defense, we got 3 really good arms on the mound that can shut a couple teams out or shut them down, and we can be really successful this weekend.
Now you mentioned those 3 arms. That includes Kurt Kowalczyk, a junior who has had a really great outings down in Florida. He's going to be 2-0 on the season coming into this weekend, and Zach Milton, who had a no decision in his first outing in that game against St. Joe's, but he raised some eyebrows for a young guy.
Yep.
He was striking out the side in the first inning and then coming through and continuing to strike out and get the outs. As we mentioned, the run support wasn't really there by the time he left the game, but really good stuff to see from a freshman.
Yeah, going back to Kurt has been better and better each year. You look at his numbers. I think last year he had a 2.84 ERA, which is second best for a single season in program histories. Kurt, we know what we're going to get out of him every day. He's going to keep you in the game, and that's the same thing with Zach. And Zach wasn't happy with his second start. He kept us in the game, and that's all we ask out of any of our starters. And I think all 4 of our starters, Dave, Eric, Zach, and Kurt, all kept us in the game in every game. Gave us a chance to win, and that's all we really ask for any of our starters. Give us a chance to win. Let our offense do the work, and they've all done that. Like you said, Zach was very impressive in his first start. I think he earned it to start opening day, and he showed why. And I think we expect the same thing out of him this weekend. He's no longer a freshman anymore. Although he may have a freshman next to his name on the roster, you can't be a conference pitcher and act like a freshman. And I think Eric and Zach are going to do very well with putting that behind them and stepping up to the level of play.
Now again, you start New England Collegiate Conference play this weekend with a single game this evening at Newberry College and then the doubleheader tomorrow on Saturday. What are your thoughts and the thoughts of your coaching staff and expectations about this weekend, and how are you going to come back from that trip?
Yeah, we're facing a good team. Newberry finished runner-up last year in the conference championship. They went to ECACs, had a 23-win season. They're a very good team. They didn't lose much. They lost one really good bat in the Conference Player of the Year, Alex Chetlet. But we know we got to go in there and play. We got to play defense. We got to pitch, and we really have to hit. You can't say, "Oh, we hit the last 3 days," and not show up this weekend. So it's going to be a battle. We're going to face really good pitching, and they're going to make the plays. They're not going to make mistakes. So if we make mistakes, they're going to take advantage of it. If they make mistakes, we have to take advantage of it. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle, but the main thing is win every conference series. You can't look at it as we want to sweep as much as we do. You got to just win the series, and the easiest way to do that is win on Friday night, tonight, and I think it makes tomorrow a lot easier.
Now, did you get any sort of feeling after the games yesterday that the guys kind of got down on themselves and that might carry into today, or do you think they've been able to put it past them, say for all intents and purposes, the season starts today?
I don't think this team is so resilient, and I think that's the nice part about our youth and our seniors. Is that they're so resilient, and like we talked about, opening day, they're down 4-2 or 5-2, 3-2, whatever the score was opening day, and they battled. They scored a couple runs late off a very good team, and I think the same thing as we ended yesterday, and it was season starts tomorrow. Conference season starts tomorrow. Our goal all year is going to be get above 500, but at the same time, our main goal is to win the conference. So we have to show up ready today, and we got a midnight rule. As soon as the clock strikes midnight, it's a new day, it's a new game, and as far as I'm concerned, Gordon's over with, and we're ready to prepare for Newberry.
Again, the Mountaineers are at Newberry College tonight at 6:30, and then 2 games tomorrow afternoon. Fans can find links to live video and live stats on the website schedule, svcathletics.com. And then the Mountaineers are back here next Thursday.
Yep.
You guys host Bard College for a 3 p.m. first pitch. Well, Coach, good luck with your conference schedule opener this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks,
Great.
Mike.
Thanks, Dave.